The Sarath Alliance had explored thousands of worlds, but none had captured Tarn's curiosity like this one. The planet, coded Xylar 9, had been marked off limits for centuries in the Oracle's records. The ancient AI, designed to warn civilizations of danger, had left a single note in their navigation logs: "Do not wake the two-legged storm." Tarn, the captain of the starship Aurora's Edge, stared at the swirling green and blue globe on his display. The clouds moved unnaturally, as if the planet itself breathed. He tapped the screen and zoomed closer. Vast mountain ranges glimmered with metallic structures, long buried under dense forests. Shadows of enormous machines stretched across the land like sleeping giants. Why was this planet forbidden? Tarn muttered to himself. He turned to his first officer, Lyra, a careful and observant strategist. Lyra frowned, her eyes reflecting the holographic map. The Oracle rarely issues warnings without reason. Something here must be dangerous. It could be a natural hazard or something alive we cannot detect. Tarn leaned back in his chair. He understood caution, but curiosity weighed more heavily than fear. Or it could be a world abandoned long ago. I want to see it with my own eyes. Prepare for descent. The crew followed their captain's orders with practiced efficiency. The ship glided through the upper atmosphere, and the planet's surface came into sharp view. Rivers of silvery liquid snaked between towering forests. Cities built with strange metal rose like monuments in the mist. The structures were not damaged. They were preserved perfectly. Nature had grown around them, but it had not destroyed them. "Captain," Lyra said, her voice tense, "sensors are picking up energy signatures from the ruins. They are faint but consistent. Some form of power is still active. That is unusual for a civilization that should be extinct." Tarn's pulse quickened. "Ancient technology is always fascinating. We will land near the largest city and explore." As Aurora's Edge lowered toward the surface, the crew began to notice subtle changes. The air shimmered with faint currents of electricity. Trees moved slightly, though there was no wind. It was as if the planet itself were aware of their arrival. The landing zone was a wide plain outside the largest city. Buildings of silver and blue metal towered above the forest canopy. Tarn stepped onto the surface first. The ground felt surprisingly solid, though faint vibrations ran beneath his boots. Lyra followed, scanning the area with her portable device. "Nothing harmful detected yet," she reported, "but I advise caution. There may be hidden threats." Tarn nodded. "Understood. We will stick together and document everything. Remember, we are explorers, not conquerors." The team moved into the city cautiously. Strange statues lined the streets, all depicting two-legged figures, tall and powerful. They had humanoid shapes but carried an aura of authority. Tarn ran his hand over the smooth metal of one statue. It was cold but pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat trapped in stone. "This is incredible," Tarn whispered. "Who built this? And why?" One of the crew members, a scientist named Nilo, knelt near a fallen tablet covered in strange symbols. "These markings, I can translate them partially," he said. "It seems to be a warning. Not for us, but for someone. It mentions storms, destruction, and a two-legged protector." Tarn frowned. "A two-legged protector?" Nilo nodded. The Oracle called it the two-legged storm. Whatever it is, it was clearly meant to defend something. Despite the warning, Tarn felt a thrill of anticipation. Every step they took seemed to awaken something dormant. The ruins emitted a low hum, almost musical but vibrating through the very air. Birds or animals did not move. Even the wind was strangely still. As they explored, Lyra noticed the first anomaly. "Captain, the energy readings are increasing," she said. "It's coming from below ground. A structure in the center of the city. It looks like a pyramid, but made entirely of metal. Sensors indicate a vast underground network." Tarn approached the entrance, a large circular door embedded in the ground. Symbols glowed faintly across its surface. "This must be where the Oracle's warning comes from," he said. "We need to open it carefully." The crew worked together, using scanners and tools to unlock the entrance. As the door slid open, a rush of cold air escaped, carrying a scent unfamiliar to any of them. A mixture of ozone and something organic, almost alive. Tarn peered inside. The chamber beyond was enormous, stretching far below the surface. Faint lights pulsed along the walls as if guiding them deeper. "Everyone stay close," Tarn instructed. The crew descended into the underground passage. The walls hummed softly beneath their feet. Strange patterns moved along the floors and ceilings, as if the planet itself were alive and observing. Nilo stopped suddenly. Captain, there's a beacon here. It's still active. I don't know how, but it's emitting a signal. Something is trying to communicate. Tarn hesitated.
Do we activate it?
Lyra's eyes widened. The Oracle warned us for a reason. Activating an unknown signal in a forbidden place is dangerous. We might be waking whatever the two-legged storm is. But Tarn could not resist. He placed his hand on the beacon. The lights intensified, bathing the chamber in a cold blue glow. The humming rose to a loud vibration, filling their minds with a strange pressing awareness. The walls seemed to breathe. The metal beneath their feet rippled. Suddenly the entire planet shivered. Outside the forest trembled. The sky darkened, not from clouds but from a strange energy field that pulsed across the horizon. Small quakes ran through the ruins. The crew felt it as a vibration through their bones. "Captain!" Lyra shouted over the rising hum. "We shouldn't have done this. Something is waking." Tarn clenched his fist but could not stop his excitement. "We have to see it. Whatever it is part of this planet. We need to understand it." From deep below, a shadow moved. The hum intensified, then seemed to sharpen into a single, coherent pulse. The metal statues outside the city began to vibrate in rhythm. The energy spread through the forest and mountains as if the planet itself had come alive. The crew looked at each other with awe and fear. Nilo whispered, "The Oracle? It wasn't a metaphor. The two-legged storm is real." Tarn nodded. "Then we will meet it. But we must be ready for anything." Hours passed as they explored the underground facility. Hallways stretched endlessly, filled with dormant machines, some shaped like humans, others entirely alien. Strange markings on the walls hinted at a civilization that had mastered both technology and life itself. Lyra paused near a large door. "Captain, look at this." "The symbols. They describe humans." Tarn frowned. "Humans? I thought this world was non-human. What is it doing here?" Nilo adjusted the translator device. "These humans were ancient protectors. The records say they controlled energy storms and defended worlds from destruction. They were sealed away by the Oracle to prevent their power from falling into the wrong hands." The hum from the planet grew louder. Outside, the sky flickered with lightning that had no clouds. The forest leaves shimmered, almost glowing. The planet was alive, reacting to the humans' awakening. Tarn felt a mix of fear and fascination. "We have found something incredible. This planet is not just ruins. It is a sleeping giant, and we have woken it." As they reached the central chamber, the door ahead began to vibrate. Symbols lit up, forming patterns that resembled human eyes. The chamber itself pulsed with energy, and the air thickened as if charged with anticipation. Lyra whispered, "Captain." The Oracle was not exaggerating. Whatever is inside is not dormant anymore. It is aware of us. Tarn stepped forward, leading his team into the chamber. The walls hummed in harmony, and the floor beneath them glowed. A shadow moved in the center, faint at first, then more defined. Tall, humanoid, powerful. The two-legged storm had begun to stir. Tarn swallowed hard, feeling both the weight of responsibility and the thrill of discovery. "Prepare yourselves," he said. "This is only the beginning." Outside the planet, the skies darkened, the forest shivered, and the hum of the ancient world became a deep, resonating roar. The forbidden planet had awoken. The underground chamber hummed with energy, a deep resonance that seemed to come from the very heart of the planet. Tarn, Lyra, and the rest of the crew stood frozen for a moment, their eyes fixed on the shadow moving in the center. It was tall, humanoid, and radiated a calm power that made the hairs on their arms rise. Tarn whispered to Lyra, "Keep your scanners on. I want readings on every pulse, every vibration." Lyra nodded, adjusting her instruments. "Captain, the energy readings are off the charts. This isn't just a being. It's connected to the planet." From deep within the shadow, a faint voice emerged. It was neither mechanical nor human, but something in between. The translator droid perched near Nilo struggled to interpret the sound. After a few seconds, it spoke. "Ancient human detected. Primary protocol, protect and awaken." Tarn's heart skipped. Human? How is that possible? Humanity was thought extinct centuries ago. Nilo stepped closer to the droid, examining the readings. These energy signatures match historical records of humans who were known as guardians. They had the ability to control the elements, manipulate machines, and defend entire worlds. The Oracle must have hidden them for their own safety. The shadow stirred, moving toward a large console embedded in the floor. Symbols lit up as it passed, responding to its presence. The chamber began to shift. walls realigning as if rearranging themselves to welcome this awakening being. Tarn studied the figure. It moved slowly with a natural grace, its head tilted slightly as if listening to a song no one else could hear. Its two legs were strong, built for stability and speed, yet every movement was deliberate, controlled. The crew began to understand the warning. The two-legged storm was not just a metaphor. It was a living guardian, awakened after centuries of slumber. Lyra glanced at Tarn. "Captain, we should proceed with caution. This being may not understand our intentions. Any sudden movement could provoke it." Tarn nodded. "Understood. Keep your hands visible and maintain calm. Remember, we are explorers." The shadow paused near the center of the room, its gaze turning toward the crew. Slowly it lifted one hand and the chamber's lights dimmed, leaving only a soft glow around its figure. The air thickened, carrying a sense of authority that made the crew instinctively step back. Then it spoke clearly this time. Its voice was deep but calm. "Who disturbs the slumber of the Guardians?" Tarn swallowed, his voice steady despite the fear building inside him. "I am Tarn, captain of the starship Aurora's Edge. We come from the Sarath Alliance. We did not know this place was forbidden. We only sought to explore." The figure paused as if weighing Tarn's words. Its eyes, glowing faintly, seemed to pierce into the very hearts of the crew. "Exploration is the right of all who respect life. Yet curiosity without caution can awaken storms meant to protect." Lyra stepped forward, her voice gentle. "We mean no harm. We wish only to understand the history of your world and learn from it. Please, we only seek knowledge." For a long moment, silence filled the chamber. Then the figure lowered its hand. The energy in the room shifted, no longer tense but watchful. "I am Rin," the being said, "a guardian of humanity. My people were hidden to protect the galaxy. We were meant to awaken only when the world faced great peril. Your arrival has stirred that necessity." Tarn exchanged a glance with Lyra. "Rin, humanity survived, not just in records but here on this planet." Rin nodded. "Our kind chose this place to rest, sealed by the Oracle. We were to awaken only when the galaxy needed us again, but some of you have disturbed the seal." The planet responded to the awakening. "I sense the energy of life surrounding you. You are not the threat, yet caution must be maintained." Nilo stepped forward, unable to hide his curiosity. "You mentioned humans defending the galaxy. What kind of threat did your people face?" Rin looked up, his gaze distant as if recalling memories older than the planet itself. "We protected worlds from extinction. Our kind could harness storms, guide machines, and repel invaders that sought to enslave life. The Oracle feared our power, knowing that younger civilizations would misunderstand it. It hid us here until the time was right." The crew felt a chill. This was not just a human being. This was a living connection to the past, a force of nature contained within flesh and thought. Lyra glanced around the chamber, noticing more stasis pods glowing faintly along the walls. "Captain, there are more of them. More humans in sleep. It seems Rin is not alone." Rin nodded again. "Many of my kind remain. The awakening is gradual. Each step must be careful, each signal measured. Too much interference could trigger defensive protocols that were set long ago." Tarn nodded, feeling both awe and responsibility. "We will follow your guidance. Tell us what to do." Rin turned toward the central console. Lights pulsed in response to his movement, revealing maps of the galaxy, energy flows, and ancient communication networks. He pointed to a region where energy spikes had begun to form outside the planet. "The galaxy is in danger. Forces long thought defeated are stirring. My awakening here was necessary, though unintended by my own design." Lyra frowned, studying the maps. "Captain, the spikes match signals detected in the outer sectors. Could these be the same threats Rin spoke of?" Tarn nodded slowly. "It appears the Oracle's warning was not just about this planet. It was about the galaxy itself. Rin's slumber kept these guardians in check, and now that he has awoken, we must understand what comes next." Rin's gaze softened as he looked at the crew. "Your species, the Sarath. You are young. You have curiosity, courage, and intelligence. You did not come as conquerors. That is why I do not see you as enemies." The crew felt a wave of relief, though they remained cautious. Nilo asked, "Rin, if you were to awaken fully, what would happen? Would your power affect the entire planet?" Rin's eyes glowed faintly. "Yes. The storms that my kind can summon are not ordinary weather. They are living forces, capable of reshaping landscapes and defending life. They can heal or destroy depending on the intent. The oracle feared that awakening us without guidance could bring chaos. Lyra's voice was calm but firm. Then we must learn quickly. We can help control the awakening, or at least understand it enough to prevent unintended destruction. Rin nodded, his expression serious. I will teach what I can, but the process is slow. My energy must synchronize with the planet and the stasis of my people. Too fast and we risk overload. The crew spent hours in the chamber, learning from Rin. He demonstrated small manipulations of the energy flows, making lights pulse in harmony, moving machinery with a thought, even stirring small air currents within the chamber. Each demonstration reminded them that this was not magic, but an advanced control over both technology and natural forces. Outside, the planet responded subtly at first. Trees bent slightly toward the light, rivers shimmered, and metallic ruins pulsed with a faint rhythm. The hum that had started when the crew arrived became a steady, harmonious tone, as if the planet itself recognized Rin's presence and adjusted to it. As evening fell, Tarn called a meeting with his crew in the central chamber. We have seen more than I expected. Humanity survived here as guardians. Rin is aware and cautious, yet capable of immense power. Our role is to assist, not interfere. We must respect the Oracle's warning and learn from it. Lyra nodded. Captain, we should also consider communication with the Serath Alliance. They must understand what we have found, though we must prevent panic. The awakening of Rin could be misunderstood by others as a threat. Tarn agreed. Yes, we will document everything carefully. The galaxy needs to understand that not all power is dangerous if guided by wisdom and restraint. Meanwhile, Rin observed the crew silently. Your species shows promise, he said. You are not ready to wield the storms, but you can understand them. Knowledge is the first step to respect and control. Nilo approached Rin cautiously. Do you trust us? Rin looked at each of them, his gaze steady. I trust those who act with honesty and patience. You have awakened me without intent to harm. That is a good beginning. Hours passed, and the chamber settled into a rhythm. The crew ate, rested, and documented their observations, while Rin demonstrated more subtle control over the energy networks. The realization settled over everyone. They were witnessing the return of a lost legacy. Humanity had survived hidden on this forbidden planet, and the galaxy was about to feel their echo once more. Before the crew slept, Tarn stood by the doorway, looking at Rin. Tomorrow we continue our study. But I feel the Oracle's warning more clearly now. This is not just a discovery. It is a responsibility. Rin's voice was calm but firm. Yes, responsibility comes with power. The two-legged storm is more than a guardian. It is a reminder that life, even in its most advanced form, must act with wisdom. The crew nodded, understanding the weight of what they had awakened. The planet hummed softly around them, a living pulse that spoke of history, power, and vigilance. The echo of humanity was alive, and the galaxy would soon remember the guardians who had slept for centuries. As night fell over the forbidden planet, shadows moved subtly across the forests outside. Machines stirred quietly, responding to Rin's awakening. Somewhere deep below, more humans slept, waiting for the time when their knowledge and strength would be needed again. The Serath Alliance had entered a world where history, power, and responsibility were entwined, and nothing would ever be the same. The next morning, the underground chamber was alive with energy. The hum of the planet had settled into a rhythmic pulse, almost musical in its tone. Light from the central console flickered across the walls, reflecting the faint glow of countless stasis pods. Each pod contained a human in suspended sleep, preserved for centuries. Tarn, Lyra, and Nilo stood before Rin, watching as he moved among the pods with careful precision. His presence seemed to calm the room, yet the energy from his body pulsed, outward, touching the walls, the machines, and even the crew. Today, Rin said, his voice steady and calm, we awaken more of my kind. They will rise slowly, guided by the planet's energy. The process must be gradual, or their strength could overwhelm the systems around us. Tarn nodded. We are ready. Tell us what to do. Rin reached for the console, placing his hand on a panel that glowed beneath his touch. Symbols and lights shifted, aligning into patterns that resonated with the stasis pods. One by one, the pods hummed, and faint golden light began to seep from their seams. The air in the chamber warmed slightly as if life itself was stirring. Lyra watched with awe. "Captain, this is incredible. The humans are awakening, but they are connected to the planet. It is not just their power. It is the planet amplifying it." Nilo adjusted his instruments, scanning the energy flows. "Yes, each awakening human creates a resonance with Rin and the planetary network. Their abilities are amplified but controlled. This is more advanced than anything in Serath history." The first pod opened slowly, revealing a human lying on a smooth platform. His eyes fluttered open, revealing a sharp, intelligent gaze. He rose effortlessly, stretching his body as if waking from a long dream. His name, Rin said, was Kale. Kale's eyes met Rin's, and for a moment a silent understanding passed between them. He bowed slightly to the younger human, acknowledging both Rin and the crew. Then he looked around the chamber, taking in the lights, the pods, and the visitors. Tarn stepped forward carefully. "Kale, we are explorers from the Serath Alliance. We mean no harm. We only seek to understand." Kale's gaze lingered on Tarn and the crew, studying them with intensity. Then he spoke, his voice calm and resonant. "You are not enemies, yet you must understand our awakening is not for convenience. We are guardians. The planet has called us, and the galaxy faces forces that have long been dormant." Lyra whispered to Tarn, "Captain, look at the energy readings. They have spiked dramatically. This awakening is affecting the planet more than we thought." Rin nodded. "It is intentional. Each of my kind has a bond with the world. Their power flows through it, and it flows through them. Together, we are a network of guardians. Yet the Oracle feared that such power, uncontrolled, could destroy worlds." The second pod hissed open, and another human stepped out. She was tall and athletic, her eyes sharp and filled with awareness. Rin introduced her as Taya. She looked at the crew with curiosity rather than fear, then turned to Rin. "The synchronization is stable?" Taya asked. Rin nodded. "Yes, but we must proceed carefully. Too many awakenings at once could destabilize the energy network." The crew watched as more humans began to rise from their pods, each one stretching, observing, and integrating with the planet's energy. Their movements were fluid, precise, and coordinated, though each displayed a unique personality and strength. Nilo could hardly contain his excitement. "Captain, this is beyond anything we imagined. These humans, they are alive, and their abilities are directly linked to the planet. The Serath Alliance has never encountered anything like this." Tarn's eyes did not leave Rin. "We must remember the Oracle's warning. These humans are powerful, and we are guests in their world. Every action we take matters." As the awakening continued, Rin guided the humans to a central platform. They stood together in a circle, their hands raised slightly, connecting with the energy of the planet. Light flowed between them, moving like liquid gold. The chamber vibrated, and the hum became a harmonious tone that resonated throughout the underground complex. Kale turned to the crew. "You see the two-legged storm? It is not a single being. It is our people united, channeling the planet's energy. The Oracle's warning was not for caution alone. It was to prevent interference with this unity." Lyra looked at Tarn. "Captain, the scale of this, it is beyond imagination. We are witnessing the return of a civilization thought lost. Their power could protect or destroy entire systems." Tarn nodded slowly. "And it is our responsibility to observe, learn, and respect. Nothing more." Suddenly the ground trembled. Outside, the forests shifted, and rivers glimmered as if reflecting the energy from below. The crew realized the planet itself was responding to the awakening. Trees bent toward the sky, metallic. Ruins pulsed in time with the human's energy, and the air shimmered with electricity. Rin raised his hands. "Steady. We must synchronize carefully. The energy flows are strong, but we can guide them. The storm is aware, but it is not uncontrolled." The humans began to practice small demonstrations of their abilities. Kale moved. His hands and a small gust of wind swirled in a controlled vortex. Taya touched the walls and machinery stirred, responding to her intent without moving harmfully. Another human, named Orin, channeled energy to light the chamber, creating beautiful patterns that danced across the walls. Tarn watched in awe. This is not magic. It is intelligence, control, and connection with the world. Humanity was never gone. It was hidden, waiting to rise. Nilo approached Rin. Do you think all of them can awaken safely? The oracles seem to fear that even one of your kind could cause chaos. Rin's gaze was calm. We are awakening carefully. The planet itself balances the energy. The oracle's fear was not unfounded. A sudden awakening could have destroyed the network. But now, with guidance, we can rise without harm. The galaxy will benefit. Hours passed and the humans grew more confident in their abilities. The crew observed, documented, and learned from every action. Rin instructed them in controlling their flow of energy, integrating their strength with the planet, and understanding the responsibility of their power. Tarn realized the full scope of what they were witnessing. These humans are not just survivors, they are protectors. Their abilities, combined with their intelligence, could defend entire worlds. The galaxy has never seen anything like this. Lyra added, and yet they are calm. They do not seek to dominate. They act with wisdom. This is why the oracle warned others. It was not only for protection, but for guidance. Their power must be respected. As evening fell, Rin guided the newly awakened humans to a central chamber deeper within the facility. Each human connected with the planetary energy, forming a web of light that extended beyond the underground complex. The vibrations of the planet became a living pulse, visible as a faint glow through the walls and ceiling. Kale turned to Rin. The outer spikes are increasing. The energy disturbances are being noticed beyond the planet. If we do not act soon, other civilizations may misinterpret our awakening as a threat. Rin nodded. Then we must begin communication carefully. The galaxy must understand that we awaken to protect, not to conquer. The oracle's warning was also a lesson. Power without guidance is dangerous. Tarn stepped forward. How can we help? We are not strong like you, but we can observe, learn, and communicate your intentions. Rin smiled faintly. Observation is the first step. You will record, report, and ensure the galaxy understands the nature of our awakening. You will be witnesses, and witnesses carry responsibility. The crew spent the rest of the night observing the synchronization process. The energy flowed like a river through the chamber, connecting every awakened human with Rin and the planet. Lights danced, air shimmered, and the hum became a melody of power and harmony. The Serath realized that humanity, long thought lost, was alive and aware. As the crew prepared to rest, Tarn reflected on the day's events. The oracle's warning was no longer a mystery. It was a guide, a reminder that the two-legged storm was real, powerful, and alive. Humanity had survived, hidden beneath the surface, and the galaxy would soon feel their presence once more. Rin's voice echoed softly in the chamber. The awakening is only the beginning. The galaxy will test us. We must rise with wisdom, strength, and care. You too have a role. Remember this. Knowledge and respect are as important as power. The humans rested for the night, still connected to the planet but in a state of calm awareness. The Serath crew slept nearby, their minds filled with wonder and anticipation. Outside, the forests shifted gently, the rivers glimmered, and the metallic ruins pulsed softly. The planet had accepted the awakening. Tarn knew that the next steps would be more challenging. The galaxy awaited, and the humans were ready to rise as guardians once more. The two-legged storm was no longer dormant. Its echo spread through the planet, and soon it would extend to the stars. The planet Xylar 9 had awakened fully. Its forests shimmered with a strange golden light. Rivers reflected the energy flowing beneath the surface, and ancient metallic ruins pulsed rhythmically as if alive. The newly awakened humans had formed a circle on the central platform, their hands raised, linking with the planet's energy network. The hum of power resonated through the ground and walls, filling the underground chamber with a living, breathing rhythm. Tarn watched from a safe distance, awed and cautious. Lyra stood beside him, scanning the sensors for signs of instability. "Captain," she said, her voice tense, "the energy readings are off the charts. I've never seen anything like this. If the humans lose control, the planet could react violently." Tarn nodded. "I understand. But they are in control. That is the important part. Watch and record. We are witnesses, nothing more." Rin stepped forward, moving among the humans with calm authority. "The outer energy disturbances are growing," he said. "Other civilizations in the galaxy are noticing. They may see our awakening as a threat and react with force. We must prepare to defend ourselves, yet avoid unnecessary destruction." Kale raised his hand and the ground beneath the chamber rippled with energy. Small devices along the walls floated into the air, forming shields that encased the humans in a protective dome. The shields pulsed in harmony with their movements, a visible barrier of energy that reflected the planet's power. Outside, the planet responded dramatically. Forests swayed without wind. Metallic ruins aligned into defensive positions and strange energy currents danced across the mountains. Sylar 9 was alive and it was ready to protect its guardians. Suddenly, a Serath scouting vessel appeared in orbit above the planet. Tarn's sensors picked up multiple ships moving into position. The Serath fleet had received the earlier distress signals and had arrived, unaware of the true nature of the awakening. Lyra's voice was sharp. "Captain, the fleet is approaching. They do not understand what we have found. If they see the humans' energy, they may attack." Tarn's jaw tightened. "We need to warn them, but carefully. We cannot risk escalating the situation." Rin's voice echoed in the chamber. "Let them come. The galaxy will see the truth. We will not strike first, but we will defend ourselves and the planet. Prepare for the possibility of conflict." As the Serath fleet approached, sensors detected energy readings far beyond anything in the galaxy. The ship slowed, scanning the planet cautiously. Communications channels opened and Tarn's voice came through. "This is Captain Tarn of the Aurora's Edge. Do not fire. The beings on the surface are not hostile. They are humans, guardians of the planet. Their awakening is controlled, and they do not seek war." Static filled the channel for a moment, then a fleet commander responded. "Captain Tarn, unidentified energy readings are beyond comprehension. We are instructed to secure the system and neutralize any potential threats. Your description is unclear. Are you certain this is not a danger?" Tarn nodded to Lyra. "They will not understand until they see. We have no choice but to demonstrate restraint and clarity. Rin, show them the humans' intentions without provoking fear." Rin raised his hands and the humans on the platform mirrored him. Streams of energy flowed outward, creating patterns in the sky visible even from orbit. The light was harmonious, calming, and deliberately non-threatening. Shapes formed, symbols of peace, balance, and protection. The Serath ships paused, scanning the signals. The energy did not strike or harm. It flowed like a river of life across the planet. Sensors recorded everything, unable to fully interpret the scale, but it was unmistakably deliberate, controlled, and awe-inspiring. Still, one fleet commander hesitated. "We do not recognize these beings." The Oracle warned about unknown threats. "We must act with caution." Tarn's voice was steady. "You have the evidence in front of you. They are not aggressors. Stand down and observe. We are dealing with a force unlike anything in the galaxy. Do not make the mistake of attacking out of fear." Below, the humans continued to synchronize with the planet. Energy waves moved through the forests and rivers, activating dormant machinery in the ruins. Some of the ancient defenses shifted into new positions, scanning the skies but always without aggression. The planet itself seemed to guide their actions, ensuring no harm came to the crew or anyone observing. Then, unexpectedly, a small meteorite streaked across the upper atmosphere, burning brightly before crashing into a remote forest. The impact triggered an automatic defense system from the ancient ruins. Machines rose from the ground, forming a protective line around the humans and the chamber. Kale moved toward the incoming machines, extending his hands. The machines paused, sensing his intent. Energy flowed from him into their circuits, and they aligned with the humans' movements rather than attacking. Taya joined him, controlling energy currents in the air to shield the chamber from falling debris. The synchronization was perfect. Each human worked with the planet and the machines as one living force. The Serath fleet observed silently. They had come expecting to secure a dangerous situation, but what they saw was a demonstration of harmony and control. Power that could have been destructive was instead balanced, guided, and restrained. Rin addressed the humans, his voice clear. The galaxy will test us. They will not all understand our purpose. Our actions must demonstrate protection, not domination. Remember, the Oracle's warning was not only for safety, but for restraint. Our strength must always serve life, Kale nodded. We are guardians. We will defend, but we will not harm without reason. The planet and its people are one. We will act with wisdom. Outside, the Seraph fleet slowly began to withdraw, observing carefully but respecting the demonstration. Tarn's warning had been heeded, and the evidence of controlled power was undeniable. For the first time, the crew realized that humanity, long thought lost, had returned as a force of protection, not conquest. Yet Rin remained cautious. The galaxy is watching. Some may still misinterpret our awakening. We must remain vigilant. Any action perceived as aggression could trigger a response that endangers us and the planet. Tarn nodded. We understand. Our role is to observe, report, and ensure that the galaxy sees what we see. Humanity has awakened. Their purpose is protection, not war. As night fell on Xylar 9, the humans continued to practice control over their abilities. Energy waves moved through the forests and rivers, calming natural disturbances and activating dormant systems in the ruins. The planet responded positively, reinforcing the harmony of their awakening. Suddenly, a new disturbance appeared in the outer atmosphere. Energy signatures from beyond the system approached at incredible speed. Rin's eyes narrowed. It is a force from the outer sectors. They are sensing our energy. They may come with hostility. Prepare for defense. Kale and Taya stood at the center platform, energy flowing between their hands. The planet itself rose in subtle waves, metallic ruins shifting to form barriers, and the forests bending slightly to shield the central city. The humans' power merged with the planet's energy, creating a protective dome that extended outward for kilometers. Tarn watched, awestruck. Captain, this is more than defense. This is a demonstration of the potential of humanity. They can protect entire worlds, yet they do it with control and balance. Lyra nodded. And the Oracle warned everyone because this is rare. Most civilizations would fear such power. They would attack before understanding. We are fortunate to witness it correctly. The approaching force entered the planet's orbit. Ships scanned the surface, detecting the living energy network. One of the commanders attempted communication, their voice tense. This is the Galactic Command. Identify yourselves. Your energy levels exceed all known life forms. We demand compliance. Rin raised his hand slightly and the humans mirrored him. Golden waves of energy moved outward, forming symbols of peace, protection, and intelligence. The patterns were visible to the fleet and transmitted through their sensors. Kale spoke to the approaching fleet in a calm voice, though they could not hear it directly. The energy transmitted the intent, we mean no harm. We are guardians. Observe, do not attack. The fleet hesitated, unsure how to respond. Sensors recorded the demonstration, but their intelligence systems could not fully analyze the living energy. Fear of the unknown warred with logic, and for the first time they paused, recognizing restraint in raw power. Tarn whispered to Lyra, "This is the moment the Oracle foresaw. The two-legged storm is not only a guardian but a lesson. Power must be guided by wisdom, not fear." As the night deepened, Xylar 9 glowed with the combined energy of its guardians. Forests shimmered, rivers flowed with golden light, and metallic ruins hummed in harmony. The humans had fully awakened, demonstrating the strength and balance of their civilization. Rin turned to Tarn and Lyra. The galaxy has witnessed our awakening. Some may still act out of fear, but we have shown restraint and control. The two-legged storm is real, but it is not wrathful by choice. It protects life, and it will continue to do so. The Seraph crew nodded. They had seen the truth. Humanity had survived hidden beneath the planet for centuries, and now they were awake as guardians, powerful yet disciplined. Tarn reflected quietly. The Oracle warned for a reason. The galaxy must learn the same. The first light of Xylar 9's twin suns spread across the horizon, illuminating the forests, rivers, and metallic ruins that had long been silent. The planet pulsed gently with energy, a rhythm created by the humans who had fully awakened. Rin stood at the center platform, observing the newly risen guardians as they moved with precision and grace. Each of them was connected to the planet, yet each retained their own awareness and personality. Tarn and his crew watched quietly from a safe distance. The events of the past days had left them in awe. Humanity had survived, hidden beneath the surface, and now it had returned to the galaxy as a living, breathing force of protection. The Oracle's warning had been clear, and its wisdom had guided the awakening. Rin addressed the group. Today we begin the next stage. The galaxy has seen our presence, yet many do not understand. We will reach out slowly and carefully to make our intentions clear. Our power is great, but it must be tempered by knowledge, wisdom, and respect. Kale stepped forward, his eyes scanning the horizon. The disturbances from beyond the system are still present. Some civilizations are fearful. We must show them that our awakening is not an attack, but a return to duty. We protect, we do not conquer. Taya raised her hand slightly and energy waves rippled through the forests and ruins. Machines shifted into defensive yet non-aggressive positions. The hum of the planet became melodic, a signal to the galaxy that the Guardians were in control, calm, and ready to communicate. Tarn stepped closer to Rin. We can help. We are witnesses, and we can convey the truth to the Seraph Alliance and beyond. The galaxy must understand the nature of your power. They must see it as protection, not threat. Rin nodded. Your help is necessary. The galaxy fears what it does not understand. You have seen our intentions firsthand. Your voice carries the truth. The crew worked tirelessly, documenting the humans' abilities, their integration with the planet, and their disciplined control over the immense energy. Each human demonstrated mastery over a specific aspect of the world. Kale guided the rivers and water currents. Taya controlled the energy flows within the forests and ruins, and Orin coordinated machinery and systems once dormant. Rin oversaw the synchronization, ensuring that every action maintained balance and harmony. Outside the planet, the Serath fleet observed cautiously. Sensors recorded the energy patterns, unable to comprehend fully the depth and coordination of the Guardians. Tarn sent messages through secure channels explaining what they had witnessed. The fleet commander responded with caution but did not engage. Reports of the humans' power reached other nearby systems, sparking curiosity, awe, and cautious respect. Rin spoke to the awakened humans. We will now send a signal beyond Xylar 9, a message that communicates our intent. It must be clear, precise, and peaceful. The galaxy must see that our return is not a threat, but a promise of protection. The humans formed a circle on the central platform. Energy flowed through them, connecting with the planet and rising upward into the atmosphere. Light patterns danced across the sky, visible to orbiting ships and distant satellites. Symbols of protection, wisdom, and unity formed in the air. The message carried not only sight but a subtle resonance that could be felt and interpreted by intelligent life across nearby systems. Tarn watched, feeling a sense of history unfolding. This is beyond any alliance, treaty, or fleet. This is humanity returning, alive and aware, showing the galaxy the true meaning of guardianship. As the light display continued, disturbances in the outer sectors began to respond. Sensors detected hesitation and withdrawal. Some civilizations had observed the signals and recognized the intent. Fear was replaced by understanding. The message was clear. Humanity had returned, not to dominate but to guide and protect. Rin lowered his hands and the light slowly dimmed, leaving a soft, golden glow over the forests and ruins. The humans on the platform stood with calm authority, their energy still connected to the planet but restrained. The demonstration had been successful. Kale turned to Rin. The galaxy has witnessed our awakening. Some may still test us, but the first message has been received. We have shown that power, when controlled, is not a threat. Rin nodded. Yes. The next phase is integration. We will reach out to those willing to learn, to understand, and to collaborate. Humanity must not act in isolation. We will guide, teach, and protect, but always with consent and respect. Lyra stepped forward, addressing Rin. Captain Tarn and I will help. We have seen the truth. The galaxy must understand, and we can act as ambassadors. Others may not witness this directly, but our accounts will carry the weight of experience. Rin's gaze was calm. Your role is vital. Witnesses ensure the message spreads accurately. You understand restraint, wisdom, and responsibility. These are as important as strength. As the day progressed, the humans continued their work with the planet. Forests shimmered with life energy. Rivers flowed with renewed vitality, and metallic ruins moved subtly to harmonize with the environment. Each action demonstrated the Guardian's intent: preservation, protection, and balance. Tarn and his crew explored more of the ruins with Rin's guidance. They discovered ancient libraries, energy storage systems, and machines capable of tasks beyond their imagination. Rin explained that these systems were designed to serve life, not control it. The humans had learned to integrate technology and natural forces in perfect harmony. Nilo examined the energy flows carefully. "Captain, this is more than just survival. These humans have preserved knowledge, technology, and the principles of guardianship. If shared, it could benefit the galaxy tremendously." Tarn nodded. "Exactly. This is the ultimate HFY moment. Humans were underestimated, hidden. And now they are returning to show wisdom, intelligence, and discipline. Their legacy is not lost. It is alive." Rin gathered the humans in the central chamber. "Tomorrow we begin structured contact with nearby civilizations. We will invite those who are willing to learn, to understand, and to collaborate. We will not force knowledge upon anyone. Guardianship is a choice and respect is essential." Kale added, "We will guide, but we will not interfere unless there is direct threat. Our awakening is not for conquest. It is a return to duty." As night fell, the humans rested, connected to the planet but maintaining awareness. The forest glowed faintly, rivers shimmered with energy, and the metallic ruins pulsed softly. Xylar 9 had become a living testament to human guardianship. Tarn and his crew gathered outside the central chamber. The view of the planet under the twin suns glowing with energy and life was breathtaking. Tarn spoke quietly, almost to himself. "The Oracle warned us. Humanity was hidden for a reason. Their power was immense yet disciplined. They are the ultimate protectors, and the galaxy will now remember why." Lyra nodded. "We were witnesses to history. The return of humanity is not just a story. It is proof that intelligence, courage, and wisdom endure. Even when lost, humans can rise again to protect life across the stars." Tarn looked at Rin. "Your people have shown restraint, power, and intelligence. The galaxy must understand that humans are not to be feared, but respected." Rin's eyes glowed softly. "The first step has been taken. The message is clear. Humanity has returned not as conquerors, but as guardians. Those who wish to understand will come. Those who wish to challenge must be met with balance and wisdom." The night continued in calm harmony. The planet's energy flowed gently. The humans rested and synchronized, and the Sarath crew documented every detail. The awakening had been complete, and the message of guardianship had reached the stars. Tarn spoke to Lyra quietly. "The two-legged storm has risen. The Oracle's warning was never a threat. It was a guide. Humanity has returned to protect, to guide, and to inspire. The galaxy will never forget this day. The humans fully awake were no longer just survivors. They were teachers, protectors, and living proof that even after centuries of hidden slumber, intelligence, courage, and wisdom endure. The galaxy would feel their presence not as a force of destruction, but as a force of life and hope." Rin addressed the entire chamber one last time that night. "We are awake. We are guardians. The galaxy will test us, but we are ready. Our power is great, but our wisdom is greater. Humanity has returned, and the future is now our responsibility." Outside, Xylar 9 glowed with the light of its guardians. Forests shimmered, rivers reflected golden light, and the metallic ruins pulsed in quiet harmony. The planet itself had accepted the return of humanity. And the Sarath crew realized that they had witnessed a moment that would shape the galaxy for generations to come. The two-legged storm had not only awakened, it had returned to its duty. The galaxy would soon understand that humanity, once hidden, had risen to protect, guide, and inspire life across the stars. History had shifted. The Guardians were back, and the future belonged to all who would respect and learn from them.